everyone, it's Laura and I hope you're all doing well. So for those of y'all who are new to my channel, I'm a registered dietitian and I'm all about plant-based nutrition. So today I thought it would be fun to share with y'all tips on how to stay healthy in college, particularly those of y'all who are living in the dorms, because for me, I was not healthy whatsoever. So this is what I would have done if I could go back and kind of give you all some ideas for how to be healthy when all you have is a refrigerator and a microwave. So let's get started. To limit late night meals, fourth meal, limit it, and also limit late night snacks as well. And so for me, I love fourth meal. I don't know if that's still a thing in college, like the whole Taco Bell fourth meal thing. But that was a big thing at some point in my college career. But I highly encourage you to avoid that meal because you genuinely don't need it. You don't need to eat at 2 a.m. You don't need to eat at midnight. Your body doesn't need it. What you should be doing is you should be in bed. And I know it's not always feasible or you're hanging out with friends or whatever it may be, but try and limit those fourth meals as much as possible because that's just adding who is eating something healthy late night? Who is like, oh, it's 2 a.m. I'm gonna go make a smoothie. And if you are, congrats, and okay. But most people when it's 2 a.m., they're eating crap, they're eating junk. And so it's just one way to limit your processed foods. I was not good at this, but I got better at it when I was getting my master's degree, is not stress eating. Because I would stay up really late to study, and in order to stay awake, I would want some type of high, right? Something to like jerk my system to where I wake up and I'm awake. And so I would end up doing things like, I'd go to the vending machines, or I was like in love with all type of sugary lattes and like sugary caffeinated beverages. And so I would do those. But I highly encourage you to not try and stay up late to study. I know it's hard sometimes, but like you get to a certain point to where you hit a wall and you're not productive. And sometimes what would happen is I would be staying up late with friends to study. I would hit a wall and then I'd continue hanging out. Try your best to have regular meal times. So saying, okay, this is around the time I'm gonna have breakfast every day, this is around the time I'm gonna have lunch, this is around the time I'm gonna have dinner. Because it's good to have a plan and to have a routine. And what'll happen is your body will start to remind you and say, hey, it's time to eat lunch. Hey, you haven't eaten dinner. And it's important to listen to your body because I know a lot of times college is when we don't listen to our body. That's the exact opposite a lot of times of what the college experience is. But I highly encourage you to listen to your body when it comes to when it's hungry and when you're ready to eat. So that goes along with my next tip, and it's to eat mindfully and to recognize how your body feels after you eat certain foods. So if you get a headache, if your stomach hurts, if you get diarrhea, if you're constipated, start recognizing that those are your body telling you something and kind of reflect on what you've done in the last 24 hours to cause that. Okay, so I have a really bad stomach ache right now. What did I have for lunch? What did I have for breakfast? What have I been drinking? How are my stress levels? Have I been sleeping? And kind of go through a checklist mentally. You can write them down too, that'd be great. But go through a checklist and evaluate why your body's reacting the way it is. Next is you have to stay hydrated. So I highly encourage you to keep a water bottle with you at all times. Keep one in your book bag. Drink it during class, on the way to class. Stay hydrated. I know it can sometimes be annoying to always have to pee. But if you do it throughout the day and it's not just like you start chugging water and you finish a whole water bottle, then you're gonna have to pee urgently at some point during the day. But if you're gradually drinking it throughout the day, you'll gradually pee throughout the day. But make sure that water is a priority. So the biggest tip and most obvious tip is it has to be convenient to eat healthy. And so as a result, you kind of have to think of simple, easy, quick meals that aren't super expensive. So if it were me and I was living in the dorms, for breakfast, I would have a smoothie, or I would have microwavable oatmeal that's just plain, nothing added, not the kind that comes with all the sugar in it, but just plain oatmeal. And then I'd add a little bit of maple syrup, a little bit of cinnamon. I'd add some nuts and seeds and some fresh fruit. I would also do things like yogurt parfaits. So if you consume dairy products, then Greek yogurt. If you don't, then consuming some type of non-dairy alternative. I found that the non-dairy yogurt alternatives, the ones that I like the best, are either made with coconut milk or soy milk. So I would put one of those in a cup and then add, similar to the oatmeal, I'd add some fruit, I'd add some nuts and seeds, and that's all. Simple, easy, and quick, and healthy. For lunch, I would have things like either a peanut butter and banana sandwich, or I would have, lately what I've been doing, which is really delicious, is getting 2 slices of bread. I've been using the Ezekiel bread. Come to find out, it's actually really tasty. I hadn't ever tried it before. It's really good. So I'd take 2 slices of bread, spread some hummus on there, and then I would add different types of veggies. You could, instead of doing hummus, you could do some type of pesto sauce. You can get creative, but doing some type of veggie sandwich. And I would also pair some type of fruit with the sandwich. For snacks, I would have fruit, or I'm obsessed with Lara Bars. I have been for like a decade now. So I would keep Lara Bars on hand, stock up on those. If you're looking for a healthy granola bar, but you're not really into Lara Bars, then make sure to read the ingredients and choose the bars that have minimal ingredients, and make sure that the ingredients are things that you know what they are. For dinner, which I sometimes do this now, is I would keep frozen veggies in stock. So vegetables, arguably, not saying I agree with this, but some people say that frozen fruit and vegetables are actually healthier because they're picked at their ripest. So it's not ripening in a truck or sitting in a warehouse somewhere. It's still ripening while it's still attached to the earth. But the key with choosing particularly frozen vegetables is making sure, don't get the ones with all the sauces and creams and stuff on them. Just get the ones where when you read the ingredients, all it says is broccoli. All it says is corn or carrots or whatever it may be. What I do is I'd shoot one of those puppies into the microwave, heat that up. Those normally take like 2 minutes or something. Then I would buy microwavable, some type of whole grain. So whether it's rice, whether it's quinoa, whatever it may be, they have started being creative, and I've seen it in Alabama, so if it's in Alabama, then it's everywhere else. But they've had like a mixture of like whole grain, pre-packaged grains that you can just pop in the microwave for 90 seconds. Again, make sure to read the ingredients, because you don't want to get ones that have a whole bunch of chemicals and preservatives and stuff, but there are some that just have like quinoa and rice and amaranth and millet and things like that. So what I do, pop the veggies in the microwave, pop the whole grains in the microwave, and then drizzle it with some type of sauce. So depending on what it is, I may do soy sauce, I may do a little bit of, so what I really like to do is just put some peanut butter in a cup, add a little bit of water and mix it up, and then you have like a peanut sauce. So I'd figure out some type of sauce that you really enjoy, whether it's teriyaki sauce or whatnot. Again, try and buy organic, try and buy as healthy as possible. But literally, if these sauces are the only unhealthy thing you're having, then you're fine. And then at the end, I would add some type of protein. So I really like nuts and seeds. I love pumpkin seeds. I really like walnuts, almonds. I just chop them up, throw them on top. If you want to get creative, you could always buy a veggie burger, pop it in the microwave, crumple that up on top. It's totally up to you. But those are the type of meals that I would have if I were in college. So I hope these tips helped y'all out. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them below. Also, I'm available for meal planning and one-on-one counseling. I'll leave the link to my website below for that. Also, I have a book. It's all about plant-based nutrition, and I'll leave a link to that below as well. It has 7 days worth of meal plans, and each day you're getting 100% of everything you need for that day. So you don't have to worry about making sure to get your vitamins and minerals. So I hope everyone's doing well, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.